I want you to know that this is a very special broadcast. And this broadcast is about our trip to Biya. This broadcast is about our trip to Biya. It is not about anything else. This broadcast is about our trip to Biya. And so, I want you to know that this is a very special broadcast. This is a very special broadcast. We are over 600 people watching right now, and I want that number to keep on rising. For those watching on their television set, back in ground zero or wherever you are watching on your television set, please bear with us. And I want you also out there, prepare your credit cards, your bank cards, or your debit cards to make a very special donation for our freedom, the freedom of our nation, the freedom of our generations to come. This is a very serious subject. We must march to Biya. In any moment from now, we are making a march to Biya, and your money counts, your contribution counts, and this is the moment for that contribution. So please get out your credit cards, get out your debit cards. I am speaking now especially to our comrades in Ground Zero, in Victoria, in Biya, in Kumba, in Bamenda, in Jakiri, in Kumbo, in Libialem, everywhere that you are, in Manfe, in Bakeba, everywhere you are in Ground Zero. If you have a bank card, please, you have an opportunity today to make a difference in this struggle. Many people are wondering. Many people have been wondering, especially in Ground Zero. In fact, I have received quite a number of emails, people asking me, how can we support? How can we support? Please, you got an opportunity to support right now, to support today. So please, get out your debit cards, get out your bank cards. I am speaking again especially to you watching, listening to me from Ground Zero, from the homeland. Please, you can make a difference in this struggle. There are some of you out there who have been sitting and waiting and watching to see how far we can go. Please, we have gone far already. La Republique du Cameroun, let me assure you, never for once thought that we can be resilient, persistent, and persevering as we have done in this revolution. They thought after arresting our leaders, the struggle will be over. They thought after transferring them from Nigeria to Yaoundé, the struggle would die. The struggle is not dying. The struggle is moving forward, stronger, more than ever before. But now, we cannot wait any longer to make that move to Biya. And so I am here today to encourage every one of you, please, get ready to support this struggle. Get ready to stand with those who are struggling and trying to push this struggle in Ground Zero. This is the only opportunity that some of us have to support this struggle, to push it, to take it to the next level. We have this one opportunity because, especially those of us in the diaspora, you cannot go home to be in the front lines. You cannot go home to fight. But you can fight with your money. Your money can fight. And that is exactly what I want you to do today. We have a little over 700 people right now. Again, I am making this commentary here to have you gathered. We need to hit the 1,000 mic number before I will do the presentation proper. But again, I am coming back to say to those in Ground Zero, I have received lots of emails in the course of time, people asking, where can I donate? Where can we go to donate? You have an opportunity. I have been to Ground Zero about a few years ago. I realized that almost everybody has a bank card. All you need to do is go to the website. mytriptoboya.com. Again, the website is mytriptoboya.com. All you need to do is get out your card, your bank card, and go to that address. Type in mytriptoboya.com on your cell phone, on your tablet, on your computer, on your laptop. Go to mytriptoboya.com and get ready to make a very special donation. For those of you at home, I want you to know that nothing, no amount that you give is too small. Absolutely not. Because you are already paying the greatest sacrifice in this struggle, in this revolution, in this crusade to Boya. And so do not think if I have 10,000 francs, if I have 100,000 francs, it is too small. Absolutely not. I know for sure there are some of you in ground zero who can put in $1,000. I am very sure there are people like that. Please, please. And I know you have been wondering and asking yourself, how can I contribute to the revolution? How can I donate to the revolution? Please, I am asking you, I'm appealing to you. Now you have the opportunity to do so. Get out your bank cards again and get ready. And for those who are watching online on Facebook, please, I am looking at the number. We are over 800 people right now. Before I will begin this broadcast proper, again, I need to have 1,000 people watching online. And I also want you to know that my trip to Boya, the fundraising that we are doing here, it is not meant to pay anybody a salary at the interim government. Nobody at the interim government earns a salary. Nobody at the interim government is paid a salary. As far as I am concerned, as far as I know, nobody has and nobody is earning any salary at the interim government. Of course, we have detractors out there who want you to know that some people in the interim government are earning a salary. That is absolutely not true. There are detractors who do not want people to contribute towards our liberation. We call them the Republique du Cameroun's agents. So please, I want you to know the funds that we are raising from here in this my trip to Boya, they are going towards funding every self-defense action on the ground in the homeland. And so I want you to know that your money is going towards liberating, freeing our land. So please do so generously. We have close to 900 people right now, and I know a lot of people are joining in. I see Doris is joining in from Boya. Thank you, Doris, from our eternal capital. I also see Naka has joined in. I see Chofos somebody, Makaba or something like that. I see Chewi Quencho, and I see also Ebot Bisson. Says we are going to contribute even with our blood. Thank you, Bisson. We have to live free or die. So please, if you are just joining, we are almost 900 people. I am waiting for you to share the link. I am not in any rush to leave this place today. I am not again in any rush to leave this broadcast today until we hit our target. We want to be able to raise at least $15,000, at least $15,000 today during this broadcast. If you are at home in ground zero, you can chip in your own contribution using your bank card. There are numbers on your bank card. You will see the numbers. They may ask you for the phone number, the bank number on your card. If you're in ground zero, you will have your bank number. They will ask you for your expiration date on the bank number. They may also ask you for the security code on your bank number. Those are all the necessary information that you need to be able to go to mytriptoboya.com to make a donation. Again, all you need is a card number, the expiration date, and the security code, possibly your name also as they appear on your card. Again, your name as they appear on the card, the security code, and the expiration date of the card, and of course your names as they appear on the card. We have now hit over 900 people, less than 100 to go before we hit the 1,000 mark. So please, this is a very important broadcast. Share the link and get people to join. I see Julius Ortiz is joining. I also see Obia Eric is joining. I also see Nelson Fonyu. Thank you for joining. I see Intoko Susie. I see Anne in there is joining. It says, good job, MC. Thank you. I see Ebot Johnson. I see Indy Forche coming in from the capital in Boya. We are over 900 people. Please, let's get the number. Let's get the numbers coming up. Let's get the numbers coming up. I want to ask our technicians in the studio in South Africa, please put up the phone numbers. Put up the phone numbers so that we can put them on the line. The phone numbers for donations for those in the diaspora. The text number, the phone number to call in, and of course the website. Please, Pen, put those numbers up. Put the phone numbers up so that as they join, they can see the numbers to call and make their donations. Meanwhile, let me get it. We are almost 1,000 to go. Let me see I can get those numbers for those who are just joining in. Again, please, Pen, you are in the studio, put up the phone numbers for the diaspora, the donation, the texting numbers, put them up, please. Put up the numbers that people can call. All right. All right, so I have the numbers there. If you are joining from the, the diaspora, we have the numbers there on the screen. If you want to call in and make a donation, we have the number 240-284-8763. If you are in the diaspora, anywhere in the diaspora, in Europe, in the continental USA, in Canada, anywhere in the diaspora, you can call that 240-284-8763 number and make your donation. You can also go now on the website, mytriptoboya.com. Again, the number is mytriptoboya. You can also go there to make your donation. And also, you can also text in your donation. The number is there on your screen. You can text in your donation. Please do so now. Text in your donation. Text in your donation, and the number is 41444. Again, the number is 41444. That is the number for you to text in your donation. Now, we are hitting the 1,000 target number, and I would like to do the presentation proper. And before I do that, I just want again to encourage you to share the numbers, share the links, let people come in to join the broadcast and make their contributions towards this My Trip to Boya. And so once more, I want to thank you for joining. I want to thank especially those who are watching from Ground Zero. This is a very important message that I bring to you today. And I pray and I hope that it will move you, it will touch you, it will inspire you to consider today today supporting the cause for our freedom. I hope it will cause you, it will touch you, it will inspire you to be part of this revolution to free our land. Fellow Ambazonians, not too long ago I came to you with the message that our revolution was pregnant. I come back to you today to inform you that delivery time is due. That is indeed the state of our revolution now. The revolution is about to give birth. We are about to make our way into Biya permanently. And like the midwife that a pregnant woman must have at his bedside, at his delivery side, this revolution needs you right now. It is time that every Southern Cameroonian, every Ambazonian, come together for the delivery of this baby named the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. We all are the midwives that this struggle needs. And I cannot afford to say this in any uncertain terms. What we need to get the baby delivered is money. Money. If we have to provide defenses for our people in our cities, our towns, and our villages, we need money. And to have our flag permanently erected in Biya, we need money now. This is the moment for every Southern Cameroonian who is tired of the treatment we have received as a people from French Cameroon to put their money where their mind, where their interest is. Action for the total freedom of the Southern Cameroons. That is our mission. That is our goal right now in this struggle. We are at a place where South Africans found themselves many years ago. We are also at that moment, at that place where Mozambicans were many years ago. We are at that place where Namibians found themselves too many years ago. Eritrea, Gambia, and the Southern Sudans, they were here too. What can Ambazonians learn from them? What can we learn from these other countries who fought their own revolutions? What did they do? They caught the vision that it is their country that they are freeing. They realized the United Nations wasn't coming to free them or give them the money for their own freedom. The British and the Americans, they also realized were not coming to give them the money or to give them their independence. After waiting and waiting, as we have done, going into 2 years, all these other nations realize that they have to raise their own money to free themselves. And they did it. Fellow Ambazonians, history confronts us today. We have to do it too, just like the Eritreans and others did. Our forefathers fought this fight and went to their graves without attaining the feat that we have attained today. The Venerable Dr. E.M. Erendele and of course Dr. John Good Foncha are doing spins in their tombs, looking at us and hoping we in our own time, in this time that we are in charge, will not pass this injustice to our children or to the next generation. It is time for us to pay for this war, the war that was forced upon all of us. We didn't choose it, nor call for it. But thank God it is a war that will free us. The enemy meant it for bad, but God is turning it for our favor, for our good. But we need to pay for it. We need you now. We need your money now, so that this war, in the words of Sisiko Julius Ayoktabi, our president, so that the war can have a short life. Fellow Ambazonians, when the government of French Cameroon declared the war on us on November 30, 2017, your interim government took it for granted and continued to push for a diplomatic solution, ignoring immediate action. We took Paul Biya's declaration for war as empty threats. We didn't believe that a leader of the country would turn so criminal as to order genocide on his own people. But the reality is before all of us. On January the 5th, in Abuja, Nigeria, the government of French Cameroon, in collaboration with the Buhari regime in Nigeria, planned and carried out the abduction and then later transferred to Yaoundé of our president, Sisiko Julius Ayuktabe, and 9 others. Of course, we cannot forget the 39 others who were transferred along with Sisiko to Yaoundé. That was the wake-up call to this interim government. The abduction of our leaders and their transfer to Yaoundé, that was the wake-up call. Sisiko and others have now been in the custody of the colonial government for a month and counting. Now, listen to this. About 3 weeks ago, the interim government hired a team of 15 indigenous lawyers plus other foreign lawyers to represent Sisiko and others if and when the case comes up in the Kangaroo military court in Yaoundé. The lawyers went to the military court and tried filing a petition to represent Sisiko and others. They were denied the petition in the Kangaroo court in Yaoundé. The lawyers reported back to the interim government that the court would not allow them to file the petition representing Sisiko and others in court, and also that the court would not allow them to see Sisiko and the other detainees. Their families, Sisiko's families, and other detainees' families have not also been allowed to see them either. In fact, nobody has been allowed to see them since their alleged transfer to Yaoundé from Nigeria. The regime's own National Human Rights Commission a week ago demanded to visit Sisiko and the other detainees. And once more, the Biya's regime in Yaoundé would not allow their own government commission to see Sisiko and the others in their custody. And as I speak to you now, right now, the interim government cannot say with any certainty whether or not our leaders are alive. They have now been held incommunicado for more than 2 months without anyone setting eyes on them. However, what we know with utmost certainty is that we have been pushed to the wall. When I mean we, I'm referring to this interim government. Consider that our leaders are abducted, held in Nigeria, and nobody is allowed to see them. They are then transferred to Cameroon. And nobody has been allowed to see them. What do you do? What do you do in the face of such provocation? When you are pushed this far, what do you do? The international community has failed us. There is no doubt about this. If the international community is so unwilling, so unwilling to put necessary pressure on the 36-year-old Paul Biya's regime to show us our leaders and then to secure their release, do we still have any reason? Do we still have any reason to continue to believe that the international community will come and help us and recover our territory, recover our country for us, to obtain our independence? We have no more any reason to believe in the good faith of the international community. We have to take it by ourselves. We have to take our destiny, our independence by ourselves. And the time is now. Now listen to me. Listen to this. 2 weeks ago, the two other colleagues, Nalowa and Dr. Ojong, who were abducted with Sisiko, and in the Nigerian hotel, were released from their custody. We have come to learn of the horrible conditions under which they were held in Nigeria. They were held in underground bunkers, such filthy bunkers built in the days of Sani Abacha for his political opponents, his political enemies. Bunkers that no one thought still existed in Nigeria under a civilian rule. They have said that all of them, the two who were released, have said that all of them were kept apart. They were separated from each other. That they lived under darkness almost all the time that they were held. The only time they saw somebody was when a guard would come to deliver food to them using a little opening under in the bottom of the cell door. The two of them, as I speak to you, are still very, very sick, and they continue to take treatment. This is what we know about the two who have been released. But what we do not know is the condition of Sisiku and others being kept in other bunkers in Yaoundé. That is, hoping for the best, that they are indeed still alive. So the question is, what shall we do? What would you do? What are we going to do? Shall we leave Sisiko to die silently in Yaoundé? Shall we have him? Shall we have Tarzan Wilfred and others to rot in colonial territory? Shall we abandon them? Shall we abandon them there? Shall we not fight for them? And is there any more reason why we should have to wait to free them? This is what my trip to Biya is all about. The moment has come. The time is now. The moment is now. The moment to engage in such action that will overwhelm Yaoundé. That action that will see the forceful release of our leaders. They thought that arresting them will kill the struggle. They were mistaken. They also thought that holding them incommunicado will kill the spirit of the struggle. They were also mistaken. In fact, they are only pouring kerosene into a fire. Please, please, I'm appealing to you right now. Support this interim government to fight for the freedom of our president. If you cannot fight for Sisiko and Tassan, why should some of us who are still standing today continue to fight on? I, Cris, I will walk away from this struggle today. I will go back to my normal life if I realize that if I'm arrested like Sisiko and others, nobody will fight for me. Nothing will encourage me to keep on fighting. Please, don't hold your money back. Give now. Call the numbers you see. Pay that due now. Pay that trip now. It is apparent, very apparent, that the Republique du Cameroun hasn't learned any lessons yet since the crisis started. Had they tackled this crisis from the onset by preferring solutions to the lawyers and teachers' demands, we won't be here today. And I'm sure they regret this. If they now think that picking up our leaders is a solution to kill the struggle, they are also dreaming. We have gone too far for anything. We have gone too far for anything to take us back. They will have to pick up all of us before they can once more exercise authority in the southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. We are about to unleash a hurricane upon Yaoundé, upon la Republique du Cameroun, that will sweep the legs of the regime and render it powerless. And we will not relent. We will not relent. This interim government will not relent. Nothing will be too sacred not to be touched. Not until Sisiko and others are free people, and not until the former British Southern Cameroons is a free country. That is our pledge to you as we raise this money for our trip to Biya. Not until our flag is hoisted in Biya. Don't ask me how we want to do this. Just pay for the trip and buckle your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. Fellow Ambazonians, besides the inconceivable treatment that our leaders are being subjected to now in bunkers in Yaoundé, we have witnessed a surgical scorched earth policy carried out against our people by French Cameroon colonial troops, in which whole towns and villages have been exterminated. Our people gunned down and sent to the bushes and refugee camps in their numbers. We have evidence of communications from the highest to the lowest levels of La Republique du Cameroun, the government levels. We have intelligence from within their ranks that outline plans to wipe out our villages across Ambazonia as a strategy to intimidate our citizens. They have carried out public executions in which they hope to deter our youth from ever attempting to voice their grievances against the injustices that have been meted against them. These are their plans. We also have footage of peaceful protesters being summarily executed, as well as images of mass graves across Ambazonia. Additionally, defected soldiers have told us of the barbaric plans of Paul Biya and his government to wipe out Ambazonian communities. We also know, or we also now have records of eyewitness accounts in the refugee camps in Nigeria, detailing the scope of carnage and the style of killing carried out by the Republique du Cameroun and supervised by their divisional officers and governors against our people. This is no surprise because the divisional officer for Manu issued a decree ordering all residents in over 8 villages to depart immediately following Mr. Biya's declaration of war against Ambazonia on November 30th, 2017. In fact, our own intelligence within the interim government has concluded with high confidence that soldiers and appointed administrators of Paul Biya's government carried out Boko Haram-style execution of unarmed civilians, including disabled men and women, systematically burned down houses in communities with our people inside. They looted valuables from business owners, indiscriminately killed and maimed and tortured and arrested innocent citizens, including women and children, especially in Manu County, Ngoke Tunjia, and Momo counties. Now we see the mayhem that has been going on in Batibo. We have seen all of those. Now, as a result of all this carnage, over 4,000 of our citizens have been killed. Over 6,000 have been injured, severely injured. Over 3,000 have been arrested and they are detained in unknown locations around the Republique du Cameroun. And over 60,000 have fled to Nigeria. 60,000 in Nigeria as refugees. The question is again, what do we do? Fold our hands and hope that they end the carnage? They were never provoked in the first place before they started the carnage on us, on our people. What is going to take them to stop? Only action on our side will take them to stop the carnage. This is the second year of no school in our territory. We at the interim government had asked that the colonial regime withdraw its troops from our streets in our towns and ensure the security of our children, and we would allow them to go back to school. As it is in their character, the Republic failed to listen. In their territory, their children are going to school. But in our own territory, they don't care for as long as the children who are not going to school are not their own children. The regime has essentially made no initiative, no attempt to get children back to school. And now, even if children were to get back to school, there are thousands of other children who are in refugee camps who cannot get back to school. So, are we going to let this to go on and on? When will this end? Shouldn't we, for the interest of our own children, take action that culminates in their being able to go back to school? Isn't it our responsibility to get our children back to school? Taking all of these things into consideration, all the killings and the carnage, the interim government has resolved to quicken the trip to Biya. Should it be any longer, we have realized that it is our children who are going to be deprived of their education, not French Cameroon children. If the struggle should be delayed, if our getting to Biya should be delayed anymore, they will continue to systematically or continue their scorched earth policy where they wipe out our towns, in our villages. If the struggle should delay, if our going to Biya should delay, they will continue to send more and more of our people to live in the bushes and to seek refuge in refugee camps. If this war should go on any longer, Sisiko and others will continue to rot behind bars. Fellow Ambazonians, this is where every one of us, especially those of us in the diaspora, need to be counted. This is the reason for my trip to Biya, to initiate the kind of coordinated action that protects our towns before they are burned down, to provide defenses to the defenseless people of Ambazonia. We are going to Biya to reclaim that which belongs to us. We are going to Biya to claim back our territory and enforce our own laws. My trip to Biya is a trip to our own country, our own homeland, where the French language will never again be imposed upon us and our children. We are going to our own homeland where we shall never again be called dogs, where everyone shall have equal opportunities, free education, free health care, and a legal system that doesn't discriminate against us because we speak English. My trip to Biya is the trip that finally cripples the institutions and the economy of La Republique du Cameroun that have been used to enslave us for 56 years. An embargo is hereby being passed or declared on every economic undertaking or interest of La Republique du Cameroun in Ambazonia, in our territory. Our action will stop their timber from going to colonial territory. And any person or persons caught in our territory exploiting timber anywhere in the southern Cameroons would have themselves to blame. Oil, or call it petrol, will stop going to colonial territory. Tanker drivers who transport petrol to colonial territory, who are caught hauling petrol from Victoria, will have themselves to blame. The CDC, Sonara, Pamo, among other companies that continue to send our tax revenue to the colonial territory, are asked to stop the practice with immediate effect. Managers or directors of the companies will have themselves to blame should they flaunt this instruction. In fact, we expect that these managers of Sonora, of PAMO, of the CDC and others, they will go to the website mytriptobiya.com and begin to pay their taxes for the freedom of our land. If you are a manager in the CDC or the director or the CEO in the CDC, in PAMO, in Sonora, do not take this for a child's play. We expect you to begin to pay your taxes to this revolution. If you don't and you continue to pay it to Yaoundé, forget, we know where to find you. All Ambazonians are from this day asked to withhold any taxes paid to the colonial government. Do not pay any taxes to the colonial government, not to your city council. All your taxes should go to the website mytriptoboya.com. Please, if you are a businessman and you have to pay taxes, go to the website, My Trip to Boya, and pay your taxes. You will get a receipt that will be issued to you. No taxes to be paid to any city council. Go online, again, go online to mytriptoboya.com and pay your taxes there. You will be given a receipt once that payment is made. That is your own way to push this struggle. My Trip to Boya is about action. Action that stops imperial practices in our territory. Imperial practices or activities like elections. We will not stop La Republique du Cameroun from organizing elections in their own territory. Absolutely not. They have the legitimate right to do so. But any attempts, listen to me carefully now, any attempts to conduct elections in Ambazonia, in our territory, will be considered an infringement on our sovereignty, and any defaulters will be dealt with accordingly. If you are an election official, an elecam official, again, you go there to conduct any elections, you do so at your own risk. If you are a senator, a regional councillor, you do so at your own risk. Wannabe senators and so-called regional councillors in the southern Cameroons are hereby warned. You are warned that if you dare step out for any elections, they do so or you do so at your own risk. All elecam offices in Ambazonia and their officials are advised to shut down and leave, vacate those offices. Ambazonians are called upon to make phone calls to wannabe senators, parliamentarians, and councillors in their areas to warn them to choose between their lives and La Republique du Cameroun elections. No elecam sign starting today should be seen anywhere in our territory. Last week, the acting president of the interim government, Dr. Samuel Sako, chaired a joint meeting of most of the self-defense forces in the homeland. For 2 days, meeting behind doors for 2 days, the self-defense forces or groups, their leaders agreed to come together, work together in a collaborative and coordinated manner to protect the homeland. The interim government has thrown its full support and its full weight behind the self-defense groups and their mission. Henceforth or going forward, the Republique du Cameroun troops will not be able to burn down any of our towns or villages without meeting their march. They will never again go on the mission of slaughtering our people without a fight. But all of this truly depends on us paying our financial contributions. Please, as you listen to me right now, pay now. Pay now and let us take back our country. And let me make something very clear, very, very clear to you. There are fabrications out there by detractors of this revolution, by agents of La Republique du Cameroun, those gunning for La Republique du Cameroun, that some members of the interim government are being paid or are under a salary. That is not true. Take it from me. Nobody Again, nobody in this interim government has been or is under any salary. Everybody here is a volunteer. Your money isn't going to be used to pay salaries. It will go directly to support action to regain our country. We must live free or die. Again, this is the message that I plan for you today. I want to see your action now. I want to see you go online right now and make your donation. If you believe in this revolution, if you believe in what we are doing here, please go online, make your revolution, make your contribution. Go online, make your contribution right now. Go to the website. Please go to the website, mytriptoboya.com. Go to the website, mytriptoboya.com. mytriptoboya.com. You can find the numbers on your screen right now. Please go to the website and make your contribution. The website, mytriptoboya.com. And the phone number is there. The phone number is I'm sorry for the technical issues that we're having here, but just stay put with me. I want to bring you the numbers that you need. I want to bring you the numbers that you need, the information that you need to be able to go online and make your contribution. So please, stay put, stay put, stay put. Stay put. I am going to be with you. Stay put. Again, the phone number that you need to be able to make a donation is 240-284-8763. 240-284-8763. You can find the number on your screen right now. You can find the number on your screen right now. You can find the number on your screen right now. Thank you. Thank you. You can find the number to Boya on your screen. The number is 240-284-8763. And you can also text in the number 41444. Again, you can text in a donation using the number 41444. Please do it right now. I see right now on my screen there are over 1,000 people on this website only on Facebook alone. Please, I am throwing out a $1,000 challenge. I am throwing out a $1,000 challenge. I need 10 people out of 1,100 that I am seeing right now. I need 10 people, just 10 people, who will say, Secretary Cris, I want to give $1,000 for this revolution. I want to pay my ticket, and I want to give $1,000 right now. I am seeing 1,100 people who are watching live just on Facebook alone. Please, wherever you are watching from, wherever you are tuning in from, I know you can do that. I need 10 people out there, 10 people out there who will say, Secretary Cris, I am giving $1,000 right now. Please, do so on your screen. When you send in your $1,000, please and the receipt is confirmed. This is what I am going to do as a way of saying thank you. I am going to record a message on your phone, a welcoming message that you will put on your phone. And the message will go like, thanks for calling Anna today. I'm sorry I'm not here to take your call, but please leave your name, your number, and a brief message, and I will get back to you. I will record that message in my own voice and forward to you. Once your donation of $1,000 is confirmed, from today, I will get your information and record the voice message that you can use on your answering machine on your cell phone. Again, I will record a message for the 10 people or more that who want to say, Chris, I am giving the revolution right now $1,000. I need 10 people. 10 people. There are millions of people watching me right now. When you pay your $1,000, I want you to send me an email on the website. Please, technician, put this website on the screen. When you pay your $1,000 on the website, mytriptoboya.com, mytriptoboya.com,